we all have different ideas of how to make things better, and the bonsai art gives you that freedom that you can take something that is alive and enhance it and make it look better. This is the stock that we're going to be using to do a forest. They're both cypress. Right now they're sleeping. They go on sleeping. They're deciduous trees, so they go down when it gets cold. They lose all the leaves and turn yellow and the whole thing, and they come back probably about 2 weeks from now. They start turning little green dots. If you look at the ones that are sitting here, you're going to see on the branches little green balls. That means that they're popping. This is probably a style that is very rewarding because you get to mimic what nature does. But there's also some rules about it because you don't want to cover big trees with small trees, because remember, we're doing a picture of a scene out there in the Everglades in this case. So those of us that have been to the Everglades knows that you see those big islands of trees. They get together, all these cypresses, and they grow from the knees, and the other one comes up. And in the particular case of the Miami area, all these trees have been exposed to very bad elements over the years. So Miami happens to have probably the best looking pieces to start a bonsai, with all the character that you're looking for: age, dead wood, fires, holes, hurricane impact. So there's trees there that, believe it or not, I've been out there, and when you look at them, they go up, and all of a sudden you have a branch that goes down, and the tree goes down here. Things like that, or you see a hollow trunk. That means that tree, something during a storm or in a fire, open a hole in the trunk, and that tree was able to regrow its cambium and grow around that damaged part. So very rewarding to look at trees in the Everglades. They have the tendency to have a very wide base. When you see them in nature, that they sit on a very open base, but they don't get too tall. In some cases, you see them that they don't have curves. So out there, what I'm talking about is all Florida. Now the Miami area is a different thing. Like I was saying, if you want to see character, you got all kinds. You got windswept, damaged. So this particular, I want to create a little bit of a combination, and I was picking material, and I chosen this couple straight guys and another that they're a little bit skinnier, and the idea for them is to place them in a nice position so they can mimic a scene down on the glades. So I don't like to put the biggest tree in the middle, but I know that some people do. So in this case, I'm doing this demo, so I'm going to do it the way that I like. Okay, so see how I had them here. What I'm trying to do is create that scene. So basically what I want to do, put maybe that tree there, that tree here, move it forward a little, another one there, like that. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for space so when you guys see it, you get to see a little bit of each tree. So this is the area that you want to concentrate on, and then work the tops when you place in the plantings. Now, if we were going to wire or design each tree separately and then incorporate them into the forest composition, then you have to work them separately, bring them back on. Like in this case, you see this curve has this tree, so I will do that with this, and then put this curve a little bit here, but they had to be reestablished in order to do that. We don't have time to wire every single one of them, but I'm going to give you the idea. And this material, it speaks to me that I want to do it as a flat top. You get trees out in the Everglades, they grow everything on the top like this, like a crown. So you see, when you look at them in nature, they seem to look like everything is flat. And other trees in the same area do totally the opposite. You have a apex, and they tend to grow old, and they're growing the same on the same area. So this material, because you can create this crown. So picture this, that I can cut this here and I let everything go, you will have this on the top. And that's very popular and very nice on the Everglades that you get to see in nature. So I'm going to wire 2 of them, the big ones, and then we can place the other 3 and then put them together. Then at the same time, we're going to get help cleaning the soil, preparing, tying them down, because you want the trees to be tied up to the pot. The reason why is everything that moves, it will affect the growth of the roots. You get micro roots popping, and that's very critical, especially after a repot like this. You want stability on the pot, good position. You want to fill every hole with soil so that tree can develop and get those roots back going in a solid area. And also, if the wind picks it up and push it to the side, or it won't be moving in there. I don't think this one will fall from the stand, but other trees do. So we tie. That's something that we try to do. We tie every tree to the pot, so you can grab the tree by the trunk and pick it up, which is one of the reasons. The other reason is just to keep it safe developing. Any other questions? Comments? Why do we wire the tree? Simple. If you don't wire a branch to the place that you want it when it's young and flexible, you won't be able to do it later. So at the end we're going to see a composition of everything going together to what we want to accomplish. So that's the idea of the wire. To me, a tree that you don't wire is never going to be the way you want it. You have to move branches in negative spaces to cover that complete composition that looks beautiful. So no wire, no fire. So I tried. Best way to describe it is you must anchor the wire properly in order for you to get that torque to move a branch, or to make it to put in the position that you want. And you gauge the wire by putting. I'm going to show you now. Check your wire. Right against the branch that you're going to move. Okay. And in here, this is what I talk about proper anchoring. I burr around the trunk real strong. The first bend is real tight to the base, and after that you do 45-degree angles, holding the branch. If you look, I'm holding the branch. I'm not twisting the wire, just guiding it. I'm not dragging, I'm not scraping. I just folded it over, but at the same time I'm supporting that wire before I make a move. So that will not damage the bark of that skinny branch. And right now, the cypress knee comes from the roots trying to pop out and become a tree, or by the water level and humidity that is under, usually on the cypress beds, those knees have the tendency to climb up, and they develop like that. So that's what you see all around here, canals. You see all those knees. If somebody has a different theory about it, I would like to hear. But that's what I heard, that is the roots are trying to pop and get up.
Is there any way to develop a cypress knee in a pot?
I seen it, but I don't know how to develop it. To be honest with you, I seen a lot of trees with knees. I seen Mary Madison used to have a couple big cypresses that had knees, which is very unique because it basically shows nature right there. I'm putting a little bit of heavier wire because I want to use it to bend a little bit of the trunk. But I was saying before, the rule is you grab a branch, and if this wire can bend it or break it, this one is dry. This one is it was dry. But if you can do this wire is good for this branch. So if I hit this branch and it doesn't do it, the wire bends, it's not good. So that's when you go to double wire or you use a thicker wire.